guys, it's Brad here at the Puka NC YouTube channel. I'm going to start doing my Russian Imperial Stout in the next couple of days, so I'm going to go ahead and do my yeast starter today. I wanted to go ahead and film that. This video is mainly geared toward people who are just getting into home brewing. All you other fellows that's already home brewing already know about yeast starters. The idea behind a yeast starter is to take most of the time people do them with dry yeast, so you can reestablish the colony before you pitch it into your beer. Well, at that point it'll be a wort after it ferments out as beer. It gives you a chance to multiply the colony, so it increases your chances of getting a better fermentation, and it also gives you a chance to see maybe if your yeast is no good before you actually pitch it into your wort and sit there for 2 or 3 days waiting for it to do something, and then have to go buy another pack of yeast if it is no good and repitch it and wait another 2 or 3 days to see if it's going to do anything. With the yeast starter, you can start it in what I'm going to be using is a half-gallon growler. You can use a mason jar or milk jug, anything that's clean. It doesn't have to have an airlock on it. You can put aluminum foil on top of it. And once it starts making gases, the pressure from the inside of the container will keep any air from getting inside. And it's only going to be in the container for anywhere between 24 hours and 36 hours anyway before you pitch it into your beer or your wort. Well, getting a little bit ahead of myself, the very first thing that you need to do before you do anything else at all, if you're going to be doing anything to do with your home brew, you need to make sure you've got a home brew and drink it while you're doing it, because it always ensures that you're going to have a better end product when you're consuming something you've already made to begin with. Obviously you can't do this if this is your first batch, so just get a good craft beer and sip on that while you're making it. Today I'm drinking some Roth Cinnamon Porter from Raleigh. It's right down the road from where I live at, and I'm consuming it in my brand new Left Hand Brewing Company Wake Up Dead Imperial Stout glass. It's kind of appropriate that I be drinking a dark beer in an Imperial Stout glass when I'm making an Imperial Stout on this video. Even though it's a porter, it's close enough. It's the stout's cousin. So first thing you want to do before you do anything else at all is get all your materials together before you get started. The last thing you want to do is be screwing around trying to do this and have to walk away from the stove after you got something going and have a boil over while you're in the other room. It takes 2 or 3 days to get the smell out of your house, and if your significant other is not really all that crazy about the smell of liquid malt extract, she's definitely not going to be crazy about it if you spill it over onto your stove eye and have burnt smelling dried malt or liquid malt extract. When she comes home from work and walks through the door, that's the first thing she smells. She's going to be pissed off at you. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off here, and then I will get all the stuff gathered up, and then we'll go from there. I'll see you in just a moment. The very first thing you want to do is sanitize anything that's going to be touching your yeast starter or your wort. I use these little pails here. It keeps from having to use so much when you are doing it in the sink. These are just little wash pan pails. You can pick them up at the Dollar Tree or the dollar store, Walmart, or something pretty cheap. I've got the bung, the airlock cap. There he is. And the funnel that I'm going to be using to pour the yeast starter liquid into my growler. I've already sanitized my growler, and I've got it over here in the excuse me, in the strainer draining out. I've already poured 32 ounces of spring water. That's just great value spring water from Walmart. I think it's about 70 cents a gallon or something like that. I use a stainless steel pot. I've got everything out. I've got my lid because you need to cover it up when you put it in the ice bath so nothing accidentally gets spilled into it. And I've already previously measured out 1 cup of Muntons Light dried malt extract. This is the light extract that came in the kit, so I just used it. I've got some extra grains to go in it to make up for this. This is going to be all getting pitched into the wort anyway, so none of it will be wasted. The yeast pack that came with my kit is a Safel, I'm not sure how you say that, US05. It's 11.5 grams, and it looks like it's a little old. It's 06 2010, so it's over a year old. A lot of guys would probably just throw this away and go get another one, but I'm going to go ahead and see how it does. And this is just a good example if you buy a kit that's been sitting on the shelf for a little while. If you get old yeast pack, this gives you a chance to see if it's still any good or not before you pitch it into your wort, and then wait 2 or 3 days to find out that it's no good and have to just start all over again. So first thing you want to do is go ahead and turn your heat on. Let's go ahead and turn it on high. Let this water start heating up a little bit. The water's cold. If it's warmed up a little bit, the dry malt extract will dissolve a little bit better, so just give the water a little bit of time to warm up. You can hear it starting to make its noise and do its thing. And as I said before, make sure you've got everything that you need when you're going to be doing this. I've got my whisk, I've got my malt extract, the lid, the growler's ready to go. That's pretty much it on this. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, and then once this comes back up to gets heated up, I'll come back on, and you'll see it as soon as you put this stuff in the water, it'll instantly turn dark. Now my water is warming up, so I'm going to go ahead and put another quick little tidbit on here for you guys. Some people already know about this, some of the newbies maybe not. If you get a bottle conditioned beer from a brewery, like this growler for instance that I've got, if you look at it and you look in the bottom of it, you see that it's called Trub. It's what the technical term for it is. Yeast cake, yeast bed. You're going to hear it called all kinds of stuff, but basically it's there is still some viable yeast that you can use to do another brew with in that. And a lot of times you can get yeast that you may not be able to find in your homebrew supply that you would otherwise have to order online. Basically, you can save this. Just leave a tiny little bit of beer in the bottom of it like I did when I poured it. Don't pour it completely out. And you can do a yeast starter like I'm doing today, and then just after you boil it up and cool it off, you can pour it straight in on top of this. And then within 2 or 3 days, if it's got any viable yeast left in it, I've done this several times, and every time it's come back, you will have a yeast starter that you can use to do one of your home brews with, and that'll save you a couple dollars on a dry yeast pack. Or the smack packs in North Carolina where I'm at are about $10 now. They've went up in the last few months. And then like I said before, you can also get yeast strains that these breweries are using that may not be available to the general public, or something otherwise you would have to order online. Because a lot of these homebrew stores, they just carry the basic stuff, and they'll tell you, yeah, I can order it for you, and then you ask them to get it for you, and then you go back in, and the fuckers won't even call you back and tell you it's come in or they couldn't get it. And then next time you go back down there and call, it's like, oh, we tried to get that and we couldn't. And so you're sitting there with your thumb up your ass for a week waiting for them to get something that you're not going to get from them anyway. Hadn't had that happen a whole lot, but about a few things. It's just really aggravating when you're waiting on something that's holding you up, and then they tell you they're going to do something and they try to and can't. So this would basically save you that headache.